We're taking you in, Val.
I don't think so. Junior varsity, Captain America.
Oh. Let's have some Bible. Now, I know I'm going to be late to the party on this one when it comes to talking about the Thunderbolts, but honestly, I needed to see this movie twice before I really put my thoughts together. And honestly, I could say at the end, this was a better mid-movie than I actually thought it was going to be. But when the bar is set that low that a midget could walk underneath it, no problem, that's not going to mean much. But honestly, this was a step up, and unfortunately, it's still not going to save anything. The biggest character for me that I enjoyed in the Thunderbolts was honestly Sentry.
I'm Bob.
What do they call you?
Bob? Bob.
Now, we're going to get to Sentry in a minute, but everything that we've seen from the Thunderbolts, and I'm sure everyone's seen the chatter online, is that this movie's hitting a lot harder than a lot of people thought it would. Talking about big things of mental health and all of these characters on personal struggles. This thing's like one big group therapy session. But let's face it, this isn't going to start off with Florence Pugh going out and saying that she's super depressed because she lost her sister, she has an estranged relationship with her father, and only is able to take on Captain U.S. Agent Walker America. But this is going to be still having this usual MCU propaganda lightly flavored throughout the movie, but it's going to show. But she was not as insufferable as I thought she was going to be. And I cannot see her as anything else as Elaine from Seinfeld, who's going to be still trying to get these guys together, only to go about their struggles and phone in a very basic performance. But a basic performance that we're going to be seeing throughout the movie is going to be Bucky Barnes. Sebastian Stan phoned in his performance and honestly took a lot of aspects out of Terminator from this movie. Don't get me wrong, we all can say that we love Terminator, the only two movies that exist, but he phoned in his performance after only having a failed term as a congressman that only lasted about a year. Good job, Bucky. Did you remember the task manager that was in Black Widow? You know, the female actress that started playing? Ooh. Oh. But hey, don't mind me with my own personal opinions. But let's face it, like I said, the stand-up for me in this movie is absolutely going to be Sentry. Lewis Pullman pulled off a phenomenal performance as Sentry. He is able to go a lighthearted ease character who has no idea what's going on. He doesn't even know what he is yet, only to find out that he is under the control of Elaine, and eventually comes to the understanding of, I don't need to listen to you. And of course, what does he do? He doesn't even kill people, which I wish he honestly would have. He sends them to a dark, voided place where they have to battle their own demons. But if they have to battle their own demons, the Void has to as well. If we could have gotten a lot more Sentry in this movie, it would have been a lot better. But let's face it, what they've done to these characters, nobody from the MCU is going to even enjoy anymore. And let's face it, John Walker did nothing wrong. But that's something that they're not going to hit on, which is able to honestly give Wyatt Russell a good shine in this movie, who did very good as a U.S. agent. And let's face it, when you have most of the characters in this, as I said, from Black Widow, not many people are going to care what's going to happen in this movie. But like I said, I will always give credit where credit is going to be due. They're able to get everyone together thanks to the help of Lady Boss Elaine, and they're able to locate Sentry only to have a timer go off and try to blow everyone up. And let's face it, this wouldn't be a good Marvel movie if somebody didn't die. I wonder who. But then they all hug it out at the end and find out that the Void is just going through his personal own struggles, and everyone has one big cry, and that's it, the movie's over. And that's going to be one of the biggest problems that I'm going to have with this movie, is that you have a godlike character who has the power to eviscerate anyone within a second and just take him to his shadow realm, but only to be taken down by giving him hugs and kisses from a group of ragtag misfits. Yeah, this is almost going to be exactly like Suicide Squad, except obviously he's going to be Marvel's version to Superman. Except he gets taken down with hugs and kisses and group therapy. You can't have that for a god-tier character like this. But let's face it, when you got performances like this is exactly what you're going to get. U.S. Agent is going to be struggling with everything since Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the worst show that was ever made, only because he loved his country, served his country, and now he was treated like an outcast, and they practically court-martialed at the end, only now he's trying to adjust to civilian life where he feels like an absolute failure and only wants to do the right thing in his mind. His home life is struggling, everything around him is collapsing, he has a child now, and his wife just doesn't understand. Let's face it, we could not have expected anything better or worse from the MCU at this point. Even though they're in 4, 5, 6, Phase 8 right now, no one honestly even knows at this point what they're doing to some of these characters that we're seeing and depicted in the graphic novels. Absolutely, Sentry, they got done very well. But of course, I would like to see more than that. And let's face it, Red Guardian had some good moments as well. A lot of these people had heroic moments. Red Guardian even gets to save a little girl, and even though he felt like he could never save his daughters growing up, even though one tragically lost her life because she did it on her own accord, now he felt like he's lost his second daughter. Saving that little girl in the movie gave him a lot of shine back and a lot of good moments, and I will give credit to him. They did deserve that. This is the only time in the MCU that I can think, at least off the top of my head, where an end credit scene could honestly make me dislike the movie. They advertised themselves the entirety of the whole time as the Thunderbolts, but they had that stupid asterisk at the end, and that's because yeah, that's they're the new Avengers. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, naturally, I got a few questions about this. You're telling me the whole time they spent over $100 million easily marketing this movie, branding this movie as Thunderbolts, and people have their own speculation as to why that stupid asterisk was at the end of the movie that would leave people punching their screens to just find out why. And it's all because, they are the new Avengers. So, you want to tell me why they didn't do that just from the very beginning? That honestly would have probably served them better. But let's face it, when you have a movie stacked around a bunch of characters that were from failed Disney Plus shows, nobody is going to be understanding why, nor is it going to make any sense. And this is all because Anthony Mackie, Captain Affirmation America, is going to be suing them for the trademarks for the Avengers. That's why. You want to tell me that Tony Stark, the genius that started off the MCU, the guy that sacrificed everything, the genius billionaire playboy philanthropist, never looked at it upon himself to worry about a trademark issue?
Sure about that? You sure about that? That's why? You sure about that? You sure about that's not why?
That's just some of the most dumb asinine shit that I've ever fucking heard of. Who the fuck wrote this? God damn it, I hate you so goddamn much. But honestly, I enjoyed this movie a little bit more than I thought I would. It's certainly not a great movie. It's barely a good movie. But honestly, when the bar's set this low that Peter Dinklage can walk under, what do you expect? Like this video, share this video, and let me know in the comment section below. What did you think about Thunder Avengers? Yeah, the Thunder Avengers. Let's just say that, because they're barely a mix of anything in between at this point. Let me know. Thank you all for watching, and as always, until we meet again. But let's not forget my favorite part, just because of that end credit scenes. Oh yeah, and of course it sets up the Fantastic Four. This movie is still an absolute sin.